Hi, everybody, and welcome to an episode of Startup Saturday. We've just started doing Startup Saturdays, and uh, the first of these episodes are where we are going to talk to people who we invited to our Learning Mondays and our Torchbearer Thursdays, who are startup founders, to do a little dipstick into their journey on where their startup is right now. So it's a short episode, nippy, spiffy. So do log in and let's listen to Moussami Dhar's story on Gratify. Today we are recording this event. It's Thanksgiving. So what a good time and season it is to get the Gratify founder to come and talk to us. So Moussami, so much gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepa. So always, wonderful to speak to you because it's very difficult to, find people who believe and, support the cause of working a business on gratitude, right? Gratitude, I think many people believe now, but, creating a business model on the concept of thanking people or building relationships is something that people believe is too mushy, too emotional a topic to talk on business, right? But thank you for believing in Gratify and giving us the opportunity to speak to the world about it.
So imagine I'm a VC and you've come to meet me, and I say, okay, Moshmi, you have exactly 2 minutes to tell me what's the problem you're trying to solve. Moshmi, what will you say?
So I would say that we're working on creating uh, relationships in the workplace for clients as well as employees because we totally believe that we are in this world of positive psychology. So if you want to actually grow your business, if you want to make an impact in this world of business, you need to learn the art of building relationships, and Gratify helps you to do that.
So is it like a platform, or is it about training? So what aspect of relationships does Gratify focus on? I'm still the VC hat, huh?
Yeah, so it is a platform. It helps you create communication. It helps you actually send touch hearts by sending things. So, communication by various means is something we work on. Writing the communication and helping you communicate in a sustained manner is what the platform works on. We also work on actually creating a touch point, right? So, we also work on gifting as a means of creating that relationships. I believe this one thing that people find it very difficult to say thank you, though it is two
Hmm.
words, so simple to say. But people find it very difficult to say thank you. People find it very difficult to say that they care. Okay. So Gratify actually assists the corporate world to be able to say these in a very, simple, straightforward manner. But until and unless you help them say it, they don't say it. They feel it. Sometimes, think about it yourself. So, as a CEO, sometimes, you want to say thank you to somebody. To some people it comes naturally. To others, it's just so difficult. So that is what we really do. So we have created a platform. We help create loyalty programs for clients. We help create loyalty programs for employees. And we help make this a scheduled, calendarized, event based, strategy for organizations. And of course, with the human element. So none of this would happen, just automated because, then technology could do all of it. But do it with the human touch is what Gratify adds to the whole picture, right? So
And what
technology
is
is the
that?
enabler.
Yeah, and what is that human touch, Moshmi? If you can sort of elaborate on how does that piece, how does
Yes.
Gratify work on that piece?
Okay, so I would, I'll take one example quickly to, talk about it. So we work on an employee loyalty program for a very large corporate. Now, what they were doing till now is they used to send out these, 5-year certificates, take a picture, put on LinkedIn and all of that. The human element now is that when this thing gets done, the head of that division, or sometimes, if the senior person, the head of the business, will actually take time out to speak, and Gratify enables this whole calendarization, the sending of the
Wow.
product, the sending, everything done. So that is what
End to
we
end.
do end to end. See, sending something is just a manual process, but actually ensuring that the heart's touch, the feelings are felt, is where Gratify comes into picture. So we do it end to end. We do it I believe the whole team works on making this a human experience and not just a physical experience.
So,
So
Maushmi,
that
what
is,
are the things that you got? This is beautiful. What you're saying is really powerful. Uh,
yeah.
how many years now since you started gratifying this avatar?
So 24th January 2021 is when the Gratify platform was launched. I believe that, still, so we are at the growth stage, so we have upward figures in terms of new customers, existing customers growing their billings with us, and all of that. But I think the main issue over here is what we believe in and how we can get the corporates to do it. Because most of the time they want to just have a quick fix, do
Hmm.
it, finish it. They
Correct.
don't want the human element, they don't want the whole personal conversation because they find it difficult to do it. But once you speak to them and once you communicate how important that human little element of 5 minutes talk is, and if we can schedule it, we can help you create it, we can help you create the communication, then they do it. And once they understand the benefit of it, Deepa, it's like magic. But it takes a lot of time. So with this corporate, I'm talking about a very large corporate in our country, we actually did the first year as simple, products being sent,
Hmm.
exercise. Then slowly, when we started sending handwritten notes signed by, the head of the business. And slowly they realized how it was impacting. And then the personal conversation happened. And so I think it's a journey, So 2 years is not a very short time, not a very long time. But I think communicating the whole concept of Gratify uh, is a little long drawn, It won't happen very simply. I thought it would happen like that, but people would understand it, but it didn't really work like that. So yes, that's a bit of a challenge, you know, to balance between the passion that I have about this and to still sustain a business and keep it running. Because if the business is not there, this is, you can't live with the passion, right? So it's always a balancing act, and I'm trying to kind of, get on with that.
So,
So
what does
that's
your team is what? Like, how many people? And do you have an extended team? Do you have a core team? How does it work?
yes. So basically, we have a core team and kind of a support team,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So, our the client facing teams, that is the sales and customer service, are in-house built, but the remaining of the team, which is the deliveries, the logistics part of it, is
Okay.
outsourced. It's happening through our space, but it is outsourced.
Mm-hmm.
Marketing efforts are outsourced at the moment. Of course, like strategically existing here, but it is outsourced because I think marketing is a very expensive, proposition. And to have a senior person in that role would, take some time for the organization to grow into. So I think so. The core team is for sales as well as customer support, right? So key
Ah,
account management and the customer service is the core of the business, and we have kept it to ourselves. We have also got tech, but tech is also partially outsourced. So we have a key person who runs tech platform for us, but outsourced. So it's also, so it is a core plus external kind of a work frame at the moment, because you have to be from lean to growth, right? I mean, it is a journey that I have learned that. And one more thing, Deepa, why I work like this, and why not the full team in house, is because I think, in today's world, there are expertise that you cannot have, full time, right? And everything is about expertise.
hmm.
Earlier, it was one person could do many things,
Yeah.
right? But today, it is much better to have people who have an expertise in a certain field to
Okay.
help you work and, to give you that benefit, right? Instead of taking somebody kind of mediocre in between. Why not take the best? Why not work with the best and, take their experience and, their I would say even they are passionate about what they are doing, right? So
Right.
that is why they're experts at that. So
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
that along.
So who would be? What's the competitive landscape that you operate in? Who competes with Maushmi's Gratify?
Okay, so All over, basically all over, as in not as a package, but from a corporate standpoint. If you're looking at communication, there are so many people doing it, content writers, so there are gifting people who are doing so much of all of that. There are experiences people who provide experience and, all of those packages. So there are people who provide all of this separately. But I think as Gratify, our endeavor was for a corporate to be able to come to us
Mhm.
and be able to get all of them at one space. So yes, there is competition from everyone because, at the moment, they're not looking at it as a package. At the moment, they're
Ah.
just looking at it as piecemeal. Once a corporate starts looking at it as a package, then I think Gratify will be in a far better, space actually.
So
So
the
that,
customer acquisition piece for you,
yeah,
what's the time duration from the time you make the first contact to conversion?
I would say, to get a step in, we take some of the loose hanging, kind of, things there where it is easier. So maybe 3 months, I mean, and you will
Okay.
be there, you're doing something there. Okay. And actually, as a sales team, we start making inroads by taking these low hanging fruits.
Okay.
Because only if you enter can you make an impact. There is no way to. So, for example, let me tell you what do low hanging fruits mean. It would mean that if, for example, people are doing some kind of gifting during festive season, that is not something that Gratify wants to really, kind of work on. But that is an important part of the whole communication thing. And that is what most, of the corporate world wants to do. So
Hmm.
we will take the step and start the process over there and
Okay.
then slowly make headway, right? So because that you have to take that step in, so that happens. I think the team is very, very good. Some of the products I think which we bring to the table are very interesting. So yeah, I think
Quite unique.
yes, that is a word, Deepa, that most of our clients tell us
Yeah.
that you'll think differently. So
Yeah.
our different thinking may not be palatable to everyone, but they at least remember us for sure. They remember us. They don't forget.
In fact, we met at IIT Bombay when,
That's correct.
we started the
Yeah.
mentoring process, and so much has
Yes.
happened. I think COVID also happened, and
I,
so
yes.
is there like a, you're seeing certain assumptions you made at that time, just kind of go out of the window. Did that happen, and did the business, how did the business get hurt or affected because of unplanned or unexpected? uh,
Um, actually, I felt that I think the one thing that I miscalculated is I thought that if I communicated the importance of relationship building to leaders in organizations, they would understand and adapt it. So my learning is they understand it, they find it difficult to adapt it. So, because there is a whole history to how an organization functions. There's also a lot of team, lot of thoughts, right, around it.
hmm,
So buy-in is is slow.
okay.
But
Okay.
I would say that do they understand the importance of it? I would say yes. But
Okay.
adapting to it, I would say is it has been a challenge. Yes.
If you had to do things over, Maushmi,
Mhm.
what is it that you would do very differently for a business, for your business?
So, Deepa, one thing, you know, I believe that thoughts become things, right? As I think very, I have always had uh, this attitude of, let's take one step at a time.
Ah.
I think I would have actually benefited hugely if I learned to think big.
Hmm.
Very conservative in the way I think, very conservative in the way I approach business. So I think one thing, if I could change, I mean, I think it's all a learning process. So I don't regret what has happened or what I have done
Not
because
at
those
all.
decisions,
Yeah.
those decisions were made at the time of my mind space, right? I mean, we all grow, we all
Yeah.
evolve, and that's what life, I believe, is all about. So, but given a choice, I would want to think big. I'm still grappling, and thinking how, and still the fear, and still that heartbeat is there. But I think if I can think big, Gratify will be big.
You went to business school, you worked in corporate, and then you came and started Gratify. Uh, if you had to go to business school today, uh, would you still do the same route of go and work in a corporate and then go and do a startup, or you would do it differently?
Hmm. I think I would do it almost same, Deepa. I think there is huge, merit in education. I'm not sure if it would be the same business school, the same business courses, because I think everything has changed, right? So the way of education is different today. Where you want to study is different. What you want to study is different. But certainly education would be priority, and working would be priority for sure. I think, you know, uh, you learn a lot. And I personally am extremely grateful for all the organizations I worked for everything I did learned over there. So certainly, I don't know whether the tenor will be the same or what I would have done, in what frame of time. That I don't think so. But I certainly believe if I have to tell anyone young at this stage, I would always say work for some time. Work in corporate houses, any place where you get to learn. I mean, our then life is best lived if we learn first and then kind of execute later. So yeah, so I would possibly do it in a similar manner. Time may be a little different. Yeah.
So, currently, as we speak, what problems are you solving at Gratify?
So I think the three things that I am looking forward to really working on is I would like to create because people understand products, concrete services. So we are looking at creating gratify, products, right? A whole line of products that are gratifies thought thinking products. Number one.
Nice.
Second is I'm looking at creating a marketplace on the Gratify platform for
Wow.
women entrepreneurs to have an opportunity to have their products talk like gratitude. So that is something that I'm looking forward to. And third, believe me, this is like really ambitious now. I want to create something on OTT space where, we can talk to corporate leaders on how gratitude or relationship can make a difference in business growth. So that is, it's a very ambitious thought, but I'm very looking forward to, my second and third, step of the journey. So yeah, that is something I'm
Any
working on.
regrets?
As I said, actually, Deepa, I
The
wish
think big,
I,
the think big
yes,
run.
yes. I really think
That
I
continues to
should
be
have
that
done it.
one.
I'm still learning about it. Yeah, correct.
So we are at the, just the last couple of things. I'll just ask you one or two things. With
Sure.
customers, do you prefer male or female?
Oh my God. Deepa, any of it is fine, but I think I would personally prefer male. Uh, Not the right thing for a woman entrepreneur to speak like that, but I feel, yeah, okay, let's just keep it. The reasons aside, I'm happy to have male, clients to talk to. Everything is fine, but I would say that I'm completely comfortable speaking to male clients.
If not gratitude, what other value would you push into making the world a better place?
Compassion, you know,
Compassion.
I think compassion,
Beautiful.
uh, because I just think one thing because, the way we look at ourselves is the way we need to learn to look at others. I am a complete, work in progress in that field. And I feel that it would benefit everybody to live a more peaceful life. It is not for the other. I feel for each of us to live a more peaceful life, compassion would help us to live a more peaceful life. So I'm not talking of compassion for the sake of others. Deepa, if each of us are happy, we will live, we will live and we will leave behind a more happy world. So, like my status on my WhatsApp says, I think choose happiness. So, yeah, that's what I would try my utmost to do. And as I said, I'm totally a work in progress. I'm nowhere near it, but that is the challenge and the beauty of life, right?
So, the theme that you selected, gratitude, is again work in progress. Building relationships we can never do enough with. More peace and more compassion and kindness in the world we can do a lot of. And all of it is work in progress. So, that was Moussami Dhar, my wise friend, startup founder, Gratify. I'm honored and privileged to have you hear her story. And may you take away some fine inspiration and go and check her website and see what it is that gratitude gratify does and what gratitude can do in professional relationships. Thank you, Moshmi. Thank you once again for being our guest today.
Thank you, Deepa. Really grateful for the opportunity. And thank you, the Lumière team, for helping organize this. Really grateful.
Thank you.